Every year, over 100 billion eggs are produced in the United States. Producing such an enormous quantity of eggs requires millions of chickens. But how are chicken eggs formed? We visited a poultry farm to find out how chicken eggs are made and processed. In U.S. poultry farms, the production of chicken eggs begins with the breeding of hens, specifically for egg laying. The hens are housed in barns designed to maximize their comfort and egg production. The whole process starts in the hen house, where the hens begin laying eggs when they are 19 weeks old. Around 1,800,000 eggs are produced here every week. The operation is fully automated and computer-controlled. The building is well ventilated, with temperatures and humidity strictly controlled to stimulate egg laying. Fluorescent lighting simulates 15 hours of daylight per day. The hens are fed up to 3 times a day by fully automated feeders that bring food from silos, ensuring the hens have constant access to fresh food. The feed is formulated to meet the nutritional needs of the birds, including a combination of grains, proteins, minerals, and vitamins necessary for producing high-quality eggs. The hens also drink water within their cages. All these carefully monitored conditions are designed to maximize performance. Each hen can produce a maximum of 1 egg per day. It takes approximately 26 hours between the laying of 1 egg and the development of the next. On average, a hen lays around 300 eggs per year. The process of egg formation in a laying hen is a biological wonder. When a hen is in its active laying stage, the nutrients from the food it consumes are converted into the essential components that will make up the egg yolk. These elements are transported through the bloodstream from the liver to the ovary, where the magic happens. Inside the ovary, tiny pockets of tissue known as follicles gradually fill with yolk and expand in size. The largest and most mature follicle in the ovary will release the yolk that the hen will deposit the next day. This sequence continues, with the next largest follicle producing the yolk for the following day, and so on. Within 1 to 2 weeks, a follicle develops from less than 0.04 inches in diameter to the mature size of 1 inch. When a yolk has reached maturity, the follicle ruptures along a line with few blood vessels, known as the stigma, thus releasing the yolk. At this point, the yolk embarks on a journey that lasts approximately 24 hours along the oviduct. During this journey, the yolk undergoes various stages of development. It is in the infundibulum where the yolk, upon emerging from the follicle, moves upward without being covered by a layer of albumin. This specific moment is the only one where the yolk is not surrounded by the egg white layer. The yolk remains in the infundibulum for approximately 15 minutes before continuing its journey to the magnum, where within about 3 hours it will be coated by a dense layer of egg white. Subsequently, the yolk and the egg white pass into the isthmus, the next section of the oviduct, where the shell membranes are deposited. These thin layers of protein gently envelop the egg white covering the yolk, forming a structure that gives the egg its characteristic firmness. Then, the partially formed egg advances to the final part of the shell formation process, where within approximately 20 hours, the protective structure of the egg is completed. At this stage, a thin layer of egg white, mainly water, is secreted, which moves through the 2 shell membranes into the more concentrated egg white surrounding the yolk. This process gives the egg its characteristic shape and tightens the shell membranes around it. Next, a highly concentrated solution of calcium carbonate is secreted, which forms calcite crystals in the outer membrane of the shell. As these crystals expand, they interlock to form a solid structure, and at the same time, leave tiny spaces between them that become the pores of the shell. Finally, a special solution of proteins, called cuticle, is deposited on the eggshell. This cuticle, although it allows the passage of gases through the pores in the shell, acts as a protective barrier against bacteria, ensuring the integrity and safety of the egg. Once this shell formation process is complete, the entire egg is expelled from the hen's body. Subsequently, the fully formed egg begins a new journey. If fertilized, it will head to an incubator, while if not, it will go to an egg processing and packaging plant for distribution to supermarkets. The handling of the eggs is fully automated. After laying, the eggs roll onto a conveyor belt in front of the cage. They then move to a larger conveyor belt that takes them to the packaging room. The chicken droppings fall through the bottom of their cages onto a conveyor belt. However, some eggs still get dirty, so they are thoroughly cleaned and disinfected. Later, the conveyor belt takes the eggs to an elevator. At the end of each row, the flow of eggs quickly turns into a flood, with the conveyor belts carrying the eggs to the sorting room. The eggs enter the building from all the collected sheds. A worker checks for dust particles and residues that may remain on the eggs as they move on the conveyor. At this stage, the eggs are sorted by quality. The best ones end up on the supermarket shelves, while the lower grades are sent to egg processing plants. There, they are turned into ingredients used in food products, such as mayonnaise, cake mixes, or salad dressings. The sorting station is a high-tech, high-speed automated facility, processing 144,000 eggs per hour. A suction machine lifts the eggs from the trays and takes them to a cleaning station. At this station, a washer with soap and disinfectant gently cleans the eggs at 113 degrees Fahrenheit. Then they go through a dryer for 5 seconds to evaporate the moisture. The egg inspector examines the shell for dirt and uses a special light to inspect the interior for irregularities or blood spots. The eggs pass through a bright light to highlight the shell condition. Workers visually inspect and remove cracked eggs. Further on, a sorting camera evaluates the exterior of the shells. Acoustic sensors tap the eggs to check their strength, rejecting those that do not meet the quality grade. Approved eggs go to electronic scales and are transported to the corresponding packaging line. Each egg is stamped with a lot number for quality control. A packaging machine places the eggs in containers and stamps the expiration dates. They are placed with the wide end up to keep the yolks properly positioned. They are ready to be shipped to supermarkets. Lower quality eggs are sent to the egg processing plant. They are then stored in a controlled cooler before going to advanced separators. There, the liquid is extracted before pasteurization and packaging for sale. The eggs go through a washing machine that uses a mild detergent and hot water to remove dirt and possible pathogens from the shell. Subsequently, they are rinsed with hot water to remove detergent residues. The state-of-the-art egg separator processes all shell eggs, separating the yolks from the whites after breaking them into defined cuts. This incredible machine can separate the yolk from the white of over 2 million eggs per day. When the eggs reach the machine, a blade cuts through the shell and the egg breaks. The contents inside fall downward, keeping the yolk at the top and allowing the egg white to flow into the bottom cup. As they pass through the separator, gentle vibrations encourage the egg whites to drain through small holes on the sides of the cups. Separating the yolk from the white is challenging due to a very delicate membrane surrounding the yolk. Once separated, the yolks are piped through pipes to the pasteurization section to eliminate bacteria and pathogens. They undergo a temperature-controlled pasteurization process. Then, the yolks are rapidly cooled to prevent bacterial growth. When the process is complete, plastic bags are filled with the separated yolks. They are labeled and shipped from the factory to consumers. If you enjoyed the video, you can watch similar videos clicking them on screen. Also, subscribe to this channel by enabling notifications to keep learning.